Hi, both. Thanks for joining us today on our Business Gurus channel, where we will be discussing key business topics to help students grasp the most important elements of their course in preparation for their exams and future career. Let's get started.
Have you ever found yourself wondering how businesses, especially, your favorite brands, seem to know exactly what you're looking for?
hmm
Sometimes even before you realize it. It's almost like they're mind readers, isn't it?
It really can feel that way sometimes.
Well, today on the deep dive, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most powerful and often unseen methods they use to gain those incredible insights: market research.
Specifically, observation.
Exactly, specifically the fascinating art of observation.
Yeah.
Our mission today is to take a really close look at how companies, big and small, collect and analyze data just by watching.
Just watching.
Watching you, watching me, even watching their competitors. We're going to dive into the truly surprising insights this method can reveal and wrestle with some of the tricky, often ethical questions that arise.
Definitely.
When businesses quite literally watch people in their natural environments to gain that competitive edge, it's a bit of a tightrope walk, isn't it? Insight versus privacy.
It absolutely is. And
Yeah.
maybe, just to set the stage, it's worth briefly touching on where observation fits in the bigger picture of market research.
Good idea.
We often talk about primary research that's gathering brand new info, right? Yeah. Directly. Think surveys, interviews,
Or observation.
or observation, exactly. And then you've got secondary research using data that already exists, sales reports, stats, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And the type of data matters too. Quantitative numbers counts. How many?
How many clicks? Yeah.
Right. And qualitative, the why. Experiences, feelings, motivations, often from interviews or, crucially here, detailed observation.
So observation can give you both numbers and the why.
That's what makes it so versatile.
Yeah.
As a primary method, it can yield both quantitative and qualitative insights, depending on how you structure it. It's fascinating.
That is a great setup. It shows observation isn't just one single thing, it's more of a spectrum. And as you hinted, we're definitely going to explore some of those ethical tightropes and uncover some really surprising facts about how businesses use this. So, okay, let's unpack this. How does simply watching actually translate into a strategic advantage? What makes it so valuable?
Well, the core value, I think, lies in its ability to capture unfiltered reality. Our sources really highlight that observation allows businesses to understand consumer or competitor behavior, particularly as individuals are in their natural environment.
Their natural environment, that's key.
It's crucial. Think about it.
Yeah.
People often don't behave the way they say they would in a survey,
Oh, definitely not.
or they might not even be consciously aware of their own habits or, motivations. Observation kind of cuts through all that. It gets to the heart of actual lived behavior.
Not just what they remember or think they do.
Exactly. It's not recalled or aspirational behavior. It's what's happening right then and there.
That makes a huge difference. It's about what people do, not just what they say. Can you paint a clearer picture? Maybe some real world examples where observation gives you something other methods just wouldn't catch.
Absolutely. Let's take that supermarket example again.
Mm.
You could ask shoppers in a survey, do you browse every aisle? Many might say yes.
Sure, you want to sound thorough.
Right. But through observation, a company might notice, say, 70% of shoppers consistently turn right when they enter. They might totally skip the first 3 aisles on the left.
Interesting.
And maybe they spend most of their time in produce and dairy.
Yeah.
Or they might see a specific display, maybe an end cap with premium stuff
Yeah.
that's largely ignored, not because of the product, but because it's in a high traffic spot where people just want to get through quickly. Observation spots that bottleneck.
So it's not just what they look at, but the whole physical journey, how they move, where they pause, what they avoid.
Precisely. Or imagine a fast food place optimizing its drive-through. They could time cars, sure, but observation lets them see how many drivers maybe struggle to read the menu board from a certain spot,
Oh,
or how many lean way out their window to talk. Customers probably wouldn't mention those things in a focus group.
no, you just kind of deal with it.
Exactly. But those are friction points observation flags immediately.
Yeah.
Or think about tech watching someone use a new app.
Oh, yeah, usability testing.
They might repeatedly tap something that isn't actually interactive, or totally miss a key button, even if later in a survey they say the interface was intuitive,
Because they don't want to sound silly, maybe.
or they just rationalized it. That immediate, unprompted behavior you see through observation, that's gold.
That makes perfect sense. It's getting insights straight from the source, as it happens. Real-time, real-world data. It can reveal some surprising truths, I bet.
Definitely.
Now, when it comes to actually doing observational research, our sources talk about two main ways, and, well, this is where the ethics really kick in, isn't it? Let's start with the one that sounds maybe a bit more controversial, the secret or hidden form. What's that about?
Okay, so with hidden observation, the people being observed are completely unaware. They don't know they're being watched for research purposes.
How does that work in practice? Like hidden cameras?
It could be discrete cameras in a public space, like a store, yeah. Or sometimes researchers might pose as, just regular customers. The main thing is the subjects aren't informed.
Okay. And the big advantage of being secret about it, apart from sounding a bit cloak and dagger.
Well, the undeniable advantage, and our sources are clear on this, is authenticity.
Right.
When people don't know they're being watched, they just act naturally. They aren't changing their behavior consciously or subconsciously. It eliminates that observer effect.
The observer effect where just knowing you're watched changes things.
Exactly. So if a clothing brand wants to see how people really try on clothes, do they grab multiple sizes, check different angles in the mirror, ask a friend. Hidden observation might give the most candid view.
You wouldn't get that raw detail asking someone later.
Probably not. They might clean up their description a bit, present a more ideal shopping self. Hidden observation gets the messy reality.
Okay, that's a powerful plus for businesses needing real data. But, I mean, it immediately throws up a huge red flag for me, and I'm sure for listeners too. Just think about that. How would you feel knowing you were secretly watched while trying on jeans or checking out a new phone or even just having coffee?
Yeah, it feels invasive.
Even if you're doing nothing wrong,
Mm-hmm.
there's just an inherent discomfort, right? Being unknowingly scrutinized. And our sources explicitly mention ethical questions of privacy as the major drawback.
Absolutely. And this raises a really important question. Is getting that truly authentic data worth potentially stepping over privacy lines, even in a public space?
Where is that line?
Well, different places have different answers. GDPR in Europe, for instance, has made hidden observation much harder without very clear justification.
Right, the legal side.
There's the legal side, but also the court of public opinion. Imagine if a video of secret cameras in, say, a changing room went viral.
Oh, disaster for the brand. Instant reputation damage.
Exactly. The backlash could be severe,
Yeah.
potentially way outweighing any research benefit.
That makes total sense. The risk could be enormous.
Yeah.
So, okay, to try and deal with those very real privacy concerns, businesses have another way. The more transparent option.
Yes, that's informed observation.
Yeah, informed observation. Okay, how does that work?
Pretty much as it sounds. With informed observation, customers are actually made aware that they'll be observed.
How? Like signs?
It could be clear signs, yeah. Or maybe a notice on a website you're using. In more controlled settings, like a usability lab, it would likely be direct verbal consent.
So you know what's happening.
The key is transparency. People are given a choice, or at least they aren't caught by surprise. It respects their autonomy.
Okay, ethically that sounds much better, but there's always a but, isn't there?
Yeah.
What's the trade-off? Does telling people mess up the data?
That's the classic dilemma, isn't it? Our sources confirm that while, yes, informed observation resolves the privacy issue because people consent or are aware,
Yeah.
this can impact results as individuals may change their behavior.
Ah, the observer effect again.
Exactly. People just often act differently when they know they're being watched. Think about it. If you were told, okay, we're observing you while you grocery shop now,
Right.
would you behave exactly the same? You might suddenly walk a bit straighter, maybe spend less time dithering over the biscuits.
Uh-huh, yeah. I'd probably try to look like a super efficient, healthy shopper, definitely not the person who gets lost comparing cookie prices for 5 minutes.
Precisely. And that altered behavior, whether it's subtle or obvious, it can skew the data,
Making it less.
less representative of genuine everyday actions, which then impacts how reliable the insights are. So if business is trying to understand, say, spontaneous snack buying, informed observation might give them a slightly tidied up, maybe less accurate version of reality. Connecting that to the bigger picture, the insights are ethical, yes, but potentially less powerful for predicting truly unprompted behavior.
It really is a fundamental puzzle then. Businesses need to understand how people act to serve them better, to improve things, but they face this core choice. Go for the most authentic, unfiltered data with hidden observation, but risk privacy issues and backlash,
Right.
Or prioritize ethics with informed observation, but know the data might be slightly altered because people know they're being watched.
It's a tough balancing act.
Yeah, each path has pretty significant consequences for the data, for the insights, and ultimately for a company's whole relationship with its customers. And it's probably getting more complex with new tech all the time.
It certainly is. So if we try to sort of synthesize these main insights, it's clear that observation, whichever approach you take, is fundamentally about getting that deeper understanding of what people do.
Not just what they say they do.
Exactly. It's about seeing behavior in that natural environment
Right.
where actions can be more truthful than words. It's a direct window.
A direct window. I like that. And that window has huge strategic value, right, for businesses.
The mint value. Understanding customer and competitor behavior this way helps companies stay competitive, responsive.
How so?
Well, it lets them predict needs better, spot pain points people might not even articulate, react faster to market shifts, fine-tune everything from store layouts to website design. It helps them be proactive.
Can you give an example of that translation from observation to action?
Sure. Like a restaurant chain observes that during the lunch rush, people consistently bottleneck near the drinks machine. It's causing delays, maybe frustration.
Oh.
By seeing that, they might rearrange the layout, add clearer signs, maybe even add another machine. That directly impacts customer flow, satisfaction.
And probably sales if people aren't getting frustrated and leaving.
Exactly. Or think about a car maker watching how different age groups interact with the new dashboard screen. Are younger drivers swiping instinctively? Are older drivers hunting for physical buttons?
Ah, subtle stuff.
Very subtle, but crucial for designing something that works for everyone. And linking back to our key terms from the start, observation is so flexible.
Right, the quantitative, qualitative thing.
Yeah. Watching how someone navigates a store gives you that rich qualitative data. The why, the emotions maybe, confusion, frustration, delight. But if you structure it, count how often an action happens, time how long someone stays somewhere, you get solid quantitative data too. How often, how long. It bridges that gap.
So it's not just casual people watching, it's structured, purposeful watching.
When done well, yes.
That's the thing.
Methodical.
Okay. But that core challenge remains this constant tightrope walk you mentioned. Balancing that hunt for pure, valuable insights with the, well, profound responsibility to respect people's privacy.
It's a dynamic tension, absolutely. And it shapes so much of modern market research.
So just to recap then, we've covered a lot in this deep dive. We've really explored observation as this powerful market research tool, understanding its basic purpose, helping businesses grasp how customers and competitors behave, especially in their natural setting.
But it really counts.
And we've dug into those two main approaches, the hidden secret kind and the upfront informed kind.
Each with its own significant ethical questions and practical implications.
Yeah, from the supermarket aisle to scrolling on your phone, observation in some form is likely happening all around us.
Which leads to a really interesting thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to chew on.
Yeah.
The next time you're out shopping or browsing online or even just, walking through a public square.
Yeah.
Just take a moment. Consider the subtle ways your actions, your path, your hesitations might potentially be part of an observation study.
Makes you think differently about just being.
It does. And it raises that big question. In this world where almost every action could become data, how do you think businesses should strike that balance? That balance between needing powerful insights and genuinely respecting individual privacy.
What kind of observation feels acceptable to you? Where do you personally draw the line between understanding behavior and, well, intrusion?
It's a critical question for all of us, really.
Definitely not easy questions, no simple answers, but
Right.
they're getting more relevant every single day. We hope this deep dive has given you a new lens, maybe a more informed one, to view the world and the sort of hidden mechanics of market research.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets really interesting as you start to notice it for yourself. Until next time.
Thanks to both of you for joining us today. You've been listening to the Business Gurus. Let's now hand it over to you. What further questions do you have based on what we've discussed so far? Leave a comment and we'll get back to you right away. If you haven't already, hit that follow for more business tips.